are you today? Welcome to my art channel. I hope you are doing super good. Today is Tuesday, if you're keeping track of the days. Welcome to day 100 of self-isolation, or maybe it feels that way. I know sometimes we're getting a little cooped up, so I've heard a lot from you folks that you are enjoying my daily art classes, which means so much to me. That brightens my day. And again, I got another new picture from someone, one of my adult students who did a piece of art along with me. It was the magazine project. So go back to my videos, check it out. It's just, I like to show you guys tips and techniques, and then you guys make them your own and do your own creation. And it just warms my heart, and I appreciate every one of you. So thank you so much. So like I said before, today we are going to do some fun with color pencil, aka pencil crayons, as you might know them from a child. We call them color pencils, and I gave you a sample of the one I use, a professional grade. But in a pinch, you can use those ones you have laying about. I know I've done a lot of projects with those when I didn't have the ability to get the professional kind. The only difference is the pigment is just a bit more wax in those because it's like a filler. So pigment versus wax versus how much higher quality the professional grade is. But like I say, color pencils, you can use those no problemo. So run along. So we're going to use color pencil today, paper. I'd grab a pencil quickly. And if you have a sharpener too, in case you need to sharpen those color pencils. And we're going to get started. So run along, and I'm going to give you a little chat while you go get those supplies. So we'll see you in 2 minutes. So while you guys are getting your supplies, I want to tell you a little story. Like you know, I love art. And art. I love art. You know I love art because we can create our own reality. We can be in our space. I know we feel isolated, but we can just sit back, have a lot of fun, and just enjoy what gifts we have around us. So I know sometimes the day it could be snowing. I know last night we got a lot of snow, kind of a bummer, but it doesn't matter because I'm in my studio surrounded by all my creations, and it's a good day. So just keep that in mind. You can create your own universe with art. Speaking of which, I want to show you something over here. So my niece, she's a wonderful, smart girl, and so she painted this for me. Hi, Evie. So she painted this for me for Christmas, or was it my birthday? Either way, I enjoyed it. She'll be like, Auntie, that was for your birthday. So I enjoyed it. You can see how she created a beautiful texture of some metallic paint back here, along with some flat paint, and it's just this wonderful creation that she made. And what I love about it is it's again her own universe. This is her own creation in her own universe. And as you know, what I love as a gift are handmade gifts. Those are the best gifts around. So thank you so much again. I love it so much. So welcome back. That should be about 2 minutes. We're ready to get going. I have a wonderful project to show you today with minimal material, which I always try to strive for because a lot of us, we can't really get out right now, or maybe the art store's closed, or you just don't have the funds. So I try to find cheap and easy ways to do some wonderful art and make you happy. So today I'm just going to use paper. Now I did tape it on one of my canvas panels because I just need to hold it up and show you, but regular paper is no problem. So I got my regular paper, and then I've selected some select colors here. As you can see, rolling around. Select colors here for something I have in mind. And what you can do again is you can watch the video, get your ideas, get inspired by me, and then make it your own and watch it again and do it along with me after. So here's my space here. Now I got my pencil. I'm going to sketch it out a little bit with a pencil because like the watercolor that we used before, once color pencil's down, once pencil crayon is down, it ain't going nowhere. So you kind of want to do some planning, as I like to plan. Although I'm an artist, I'm like type A, need to plan person. So, because I don't want to make a mistake. If you make a mistake though, it's just paper. So you can start again, Just go easy. But I like a pencil because then it kind of makes my mind go plan it out a little bit. So again, I'm going to do an eye. As you know, I love eyes. So you're going to watch me draw lots of eyes during these videos. So here's an eye. Again, love eyes. Now, as you always notice, look at my scritchy scratchies. That's how I get a lot of control. So I look at drawing as a lot like sculpting that clay, right? You're molding that line. Whereas if I just went, I lose all that control. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're drawing. So here's my eye. I got my little iris coming up here. And my big old pupil. Hello, pupil. Hello, my little pupil. You look so wonderful. Okay, so there's my eye. Now, the reason I want you to sketch it out is because I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on color pencil. So a lot of time when we're using color pencil, we'll want to go like, take this blue, so it's like a nice light blue, and people go, wee, and I'll go, why does that look not so good? Well, I'm going to show you how to make it look great. So I'm doing cross hatching again. You might have heard me mention that before. So what I'm going to do is start with a light color, and I'm going to sketch out my pupil. Now, I started with a light blue because I wanted to show you something. So I'm going to just map out that highlight here. You see that? And then I'm just going to lightly go one way. So watch my pencil, guys. So one way. And then the other way. Can y'all see that? Then the other way. And then another way. And I'm just following the line of what I drew. So you could lightly take the side of your pencil, cover all that space. But now here's where the fun really comes in. So I kind of messed up here. I'm just going to fix that again. I don't ever want you guys to freak out when you mess up. With art, you can always fix it. That's the beauty of art. You can always fix it. So then I'm going to take my dark color here, you see the darker blue? And then I'm going to go in. Now you see I'm pressing pretty hard. My one directional line here. And then I'm going to go another directional line, but I'm going to keep in mind the curve of my pupil. Okay? So then you get the sense, when you follow the curve, you get a sense of depth, not just flat, right? So we're going like this, one way, another way, another way. And then I'm going to keep it a bit light up here because I want to show that highlight. So remember, I always like to keep, in these videos, I always like to keep my light source from above. Kind of like, hello, light source from above. Kind of like, praise the light. So we're going to go into there. I'm going to keep, maybe just do like some really loose. So you see when I say loose, here's a line space, here's a line, so loose, and then tighter down here. So it's line, 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 then up here, line, space, line, space, line, space. Does that make sense? They're more condensed down here. Okay? Fill in the gaps. Again, once you're going, you'll get a real sense. So even closer down here, some really super darkness, and you'll see how it naturally is looking three-dimensional. There's that depth there. So then I'm even going to take a darker blue. Where'd you go? There you are. So this is actually indigo blue. It looks quite dark. And go super duper dark down here. So again, do an overall line with some spaces in there, and then go super dark in there. So when I say super dark, I just mean a highly concentrated batch of lines. And if you wanted to even go really dark, just press super hard, and you'll see that pigment get right in there. Okay? So really, there's no rhyme or reason. It's what you decide, and then you go for it. So now that I've done this, I notice, it's a bit too light up here. So I'm going to go back and do some light cross hatching. So again, light. So I've lifted the heaviness of my pencil. And then around the the little highlights here. I'm going to leave those white. And look at that. It's really starting to come about, isn't it? So then the same idea, let's say if you wanted to try some skin color. So I used, this one is like a kind of a light brown yellow. So I'm going to do that cross hatching up here. Now it's kind of hard to see, it's a light color. But I always say start light. See how we started light up here and then we went darker, darker, darker? Because again, it's easier to take away, or sorry, it's easier to start light and work dark than work dark right away and then try to back up, because there is no way out, man. You are trapped. No, you're not trapped. But I just say lighter is better because, again, you can say, okay, this needs to be darker, so I'm going to add more dark. So you see how light this is? So what I did was I did some lines one way, and then I'm going in again with the cross hatching, and I'm following that curve. See how I'm following that curve, guys? Following that curve. And then since my light source is up here, here's where the dark would be. And see, I'm going super hard now and condensing my line. So you're starting to see it really become a bit more dimensional. So then I'm going to go back here, do some cross hatching, do more cross hatching. So you see I'm getting darker, darker, darker. And then I'm going to go space my darkness out. So there's a natural gradation from dark over to the light. So you see how if you really sat down and spent some time, you could make this really pop out. So I'm going to add a bit of brown in here for some shadow. So I'm going to space those out. Again, starting light with my brown. I probably won't even go here with the brown, but I'm going to go in my eye here, add some eyelash lines. Not lines, but just eyelash shadow. I find that if you draw, like if you're doing this kind of drawing and you add like physical lines, it starts to look like Raggedy Ann. If that's your goal, awesome. I just find when you draw eyelashes, you might want to one or two, and then the rest just like a dark filler. So I'm just loosey-gooseying it here. But you get the idea, right? Now what I want to show you, because this is just a quick tutorial, what I want to show you is a final-ish one that I was working on. And I want to show you a trick too. So what I did was I found this awesome baby picture. Isn't he cute? Oh, he's so cute. Hello, hello, I'm a little baby. And then I put over top a tissue. So this is just tracing paper you can find at the dollar store, because I have. And so tracing paper over top, I taped a piece of masking tape over top. And then I was just working on those techniques over top. So you could actually try this as a little drawing hack, so you're not trying to draw, because drawing alone is hard, but this whole other technique is hard too. But if I want to show you the close-up cross hatching here. So I would say this is about 20% done. But it gives you an idea how you can really vary the light and dark with color pencil. Can you guys see that? Maybe I'll go like this so you can see that. There we go. So you can see, so remember I was showing you the dark and the light and keeping that highlight in your eye, and then also the curlies in the hair. But what I did was I used out tracing paper as my guide. So that's maybe a bit easier for some of you who might not feel so comfortable drawing. It's a nice little, and you know what, tissue, we call it tracing paper. Or onion paper, onion peel. There's lots of different names, but I love tracing paper. So that might be a nice little technique for you to try. Again, these are just the color pencils you have at home, the pencil crayons. They would work. They would work. It's just that in here you have a lot of wax on those kind, whereas this is more pigment. And these are a bit more money. But the color pencil crayon will work. So I hope you had fun today with me. Before you go, I have one more thing to share with you. Oh, on the list for tomorrow, because remember we said our Wednesdays are our drawing days. So Wednesday's mañana, Wednesday's tomorrow. So we're going to do drawing day. So paper or canvas panel that I always like to work on. Whatever, if you just have paper, that's okay. It's just with this technique, tomorrow you might find the canvas panel more rigid, able to work a little bit better with that. Pencil and Q-tips. So paper or canvas panel, gesso, pencil, and Q-tips. And you might say, what the heck is gesso? Well, I'm going to show you. Bear with me here. So gesso is it's like basically white paint. So if you only have white paint, that's okay too. Okay, so if you only have white paint, that'll do. But gesso, it basically is just a thicker white paint, basically. So either one would be fantastic. Now, before you go, I want to show you something. So a lot of you guys like my work, and I'm super excited to share with you a couple of things that I do with my work, okay? So as you know, I'm a children's book illustrator. This wonderful book, we're doing a second one this year. I'm super excited. My awesome author and I, very excited. But what I did was I actually applied the art I did to things like a coffee mug. You see that? Very cool. And then sometimes I'll apply my art to things to sell, like this water bottle. So this is actually from yesterday's video, my bird that I love so much. So I did a little water bottle of him, and I put different art on things for when I do markets and stuff. So it just shows you the versatility of art. Pretty cool, eh? There's my water in there, my daily water in there. So also, I actually have a local supplier that does these wonderful prints of mine. So this is actually a painting I had done. I scanned it in the computer, just like I do all these other things. I scanned it in the computer, and then I made a print of it. Isn't that cool? As you can see, I'll back up here. It's like a really long, it's like we're on an elevator. It's an art elevator. Second floor art. Anyway, I just wanted to share those things with you because, again, I want to give you inspiration and maybe some ideas where you could put your art on or something. Maybe you could do a t-shirt and make it for a gift for someone. Wouldn't that be cool? I know I would love that. I would love that. That'd be so awesome. So thank you again for joining me. Welcome all your feedback and comments. That is so great. Thank you again for sharing your art with me. Thank you for sharing your time with me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye, guys.